Welcome back, everybody. I'm Brian Bogert, and I'm so excited to be back today for episode 44 of Bogert's Bullets. Today, we're going to talk about success. First and foremost, what is success? I get into way too many conversations with people who say that they are not successful, or they wish they were successful, or they're not as successful as they'd like to be. But then when asked the question, well, how do you define success? They cannot answer the question. So that led me to a thought process around how do we define success? Who defines success? And how are we measuring it, either for ourselves or for other people? The dictionary defines it as a favorable or prosperous termination of attempts or endeavors, the completion of one's goals. So if it's as vague as that, then how are we defining success? Is it success in business? Is it success in athletics? Is it financially? Is it with material things? Is it with relationships? I've got a buddy who's the president of a very large advertising agency, and he told me that essentially what he's learned in his years of advertising is that measurement is bullshit. We don't have the ability, we don't have the capacity to be able to determine how do we measure success? What are the parameters that we're looking at? And I thought that was pretty insightful, because for someone who's constantly having to measure success on campaigns and looking at demographics and what was successful, what wasn't, ultimately what he told me is we don't have the ability to measure it. So if that same thought process can be applied to our own lives, what is success? Are we as individuals using external factors or other people's opinions to tell us that we either are or are not successful? Or are we saying that if we have successful completion of our attempts, our endeavors, we accomplish our goals, that makes us successful? I think the biggest reason people don't feel successful is that they're either using someone else's definition or they can't define it themselves. So no matter what you're doing in life, I guarantee you that you are successful. You are being successful. And you've got to give yourself the ability and the credit for the things that you're doing well and the way that you're moving your life forward. The secondary piece to that is what success is important in our lives. We talked about success with fitness, success financially, success with material things, success in business, success with your family, success with your relationships. And the reality of it is whichever one of those categories is important is all that matters for you to measure. And if there isn't a determined definition of success, set your own. But stop listening to what the world says success is or should be. Take control of it for yourself and believe that you are successful because you are successful. Remember, define your own success and go get it.